Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So if you guys checked out a video a while ago, I talked about the C-pillars right here getting wrapped. As you can see, it's pretty dirty and we've got weird light in here. Anyways, you can see kind of that the C-pillars are wrapped in a gloss black. And so with that being said, I kind of talked about, well, should I remove the wrap, keep it, wait to get new B-pillars? What'd you guys think about it? Biggest thing I think I saw was just get new B-pillars, and I kind of already had them on order at that point anyways. So here they are. As you can see, I still have the protective film stuff on them yet, but as you can see, this is what they look like. They're like a gloss black color. You get this on some of the higher end trucks. I mean, basically anything but an STX, you get these on. So I believe XLT and up, you get it. And as you can see on this one, we have the spot for the keyless entry as well. So I've been kind of looking at some forums and stuff, trying to figure out how to make that work. I think we should be able to do it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we should be able to. So I'm gonna go ahead and try, just as well try and get it to work. That way, if any of you guys out there have STX and you want to be able to add in a keyless entry onto yours, then you should be able to by doing it this method. So first thing we're basically going to do though is we're going to have to remove the old ones to get the new ones put in. I'm going to do this one first just to kind of make sure it'll work or whatever, and that way if I run out of time for some reason, I at least have the keyless entry available or like on the truck. So I believe what we have to do to start though is we gotta open the door, and I believe we have to take off the door panel here, and then we kind of have to somehow take this thing off. I'm not 100% sure, kind of got to look back at the forums, but I believe we have to take off the door panel because the wiring harness thing for the keyless entry is in the door somewhere in here. So we're gonna have to take this off, and then I'll just kind of let you guys know after that what we have to do. All right guys, as you can tell, I got the factory one taken off here. Looks just like that. It's pretty easy. It took like 5 minutes or so. Just have to get the door panel off, which isn't too bad if you guys know how to do that or not. But you've got a cover right here and a cover right here. Pop both of those off. 2 8 mils, one right here, and then 2 down here. Right here and right here, and then you've got 2 7 mils on the bottom. Door panel comes off. You do have to take the mirror cover cap thing off too. That all comes off pretty nice. I did have to roll the window down, and I already had the door panel off, so I just had to hook it back up right here, roll the window down. Had to pop this weather stripping off, had to pop this stuff off, and then you can see there's 4 bolt holes right there. They were 7 mil, I believe, and then you have to get this off too, which is just a star bit held in right there, and then you just kind of pull this thing and this old piece pops off. So fairly easy. Should just be able to kind of get the new one thrown in, run the wiring down through here somehow. I think it's probably just going to fall in this little crack, so it'll kind of go behind it, fall down this crack, go down, and then when the window was up, there was a little harness right here. So it's already got like the wiring ran for it, but there's nothing plugged into the backside. So we should just be able to hook up the harness to the backside of there. And then we should just have to use like some forescan and stuff to change it, and it should end up working. Okay guys, as you can see, it is on here. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad on there. I did kind of mess this up a little bit, pulling the old one off and getting the new one on, but it is what it is. So as you can see there, that is the old like matte one versus the new gloss one. You can see the difference there. So then I got all the wiring hooked up and everything too. It's not too hard. So I kind of showed you how all this stuff comes off there. And then the wiring just goes behind. And I showed you, I might have showed you this, I don't really remember. But there was this right here, and it's just got a blank empty thing put into this side of it just as like a holder so no dirt or anything gets in. So you just take a needle nose pliers right on here, pull this thing off, get the new one plugged in, put this little clip in right here, and then you can take out the door handle if you want to, but I just decided not to. It was easier that way. And then there's a little clip thing on the back side up in there. It looks like a little hook like this. You just kind of stick the wire in and it holds it. I tested out the window going up and down, and the window does not hit on any of the wiring here. So theoretically speaking, we should be good to close all this up, put the door panel back on, and everything should be done. It should work, other than the forescan aspect where we have to enable the truck to allow the key code to work. But just like this, everything should be wired just fine. So I'm gonna get all this put back together, figure out the forescan part, try and get that to work, and then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the other ones. Okay guys, in the truck here, we've got forescan hooked up. You can see it's plugged in down there. We've got it on the computer here and everything. I still kind of have to make a full video to show you guys how all the forescan stuff works for those of you who are curious. But what I have read on here to change it is you go into the body control module. So you can see right up here on the top or in the body control module, you go to 726-3701, which is this guy right here. Sorry, kind of shaky, just trying to hold it with one hand. And then it's going to be the second digit in the first section right here. So right now we read 000 or 0000. And so we have to change that to 0100. So as you can maybe see, do that and that. And then like that, we should be good, and the thing should be enabled here. So we're gonna write it. And then it should have worked. Now we don't really for sure know yet, but theoretically speaking, it should have worked. Basically, I have to go get the other key, I believe, to retain the factory code and see if it pops up, and then from there kind of test it out and see if it worked. All right guys, so I couldn't get the 2 key thing to work. I don't really know why. I just kind of read on that form what it said. It said put 1 key in, turn it on the ignition position, and then turn it off, put the new one in. I couldn't get the factory code to display for some reason. So another way I found was over on the passenger side over there, you pull off the fuse box panel cover, you pull off the kicker panel, which is this thing, and then you pull off essentially this panel, and then tucked up back behind here, it says factory key code, and then it gives you the 5 numbers. It's kind of hard to read, so I kind of had to get my phone back in there and take a video of it and try and get it to focus. But I ended up getting the factory code. So, close the door here. As you can see, the difference here. I haven't done any of the other ones yet. I've just done the driver's side one, and it's kind of dirty just from me messing with it. Hit the lock button. You can hear it lock. As you can see, it's locked. All the doors are locked here. I'm gonna hit the code now. I'm not gonna show it to you guys because I don't really know how to change it. So I hit the code. You could hear it unlock there, and the door unlocks. And as you can see, this one is still locked. So it does unlock just the driver's side door, and then you can hit your unlock button and unlock the rest of them. I got to figure out how to change that because I'm not really sure how you change this. So I didn't show you guys the number for now because I don't really want anyone breaking into my truck, and I don't know how to change it yet. But just to tell you, it does work. So that forescan code, it was like 7, I forget the exact one. I showed it to you guys a minute ago. But it does work. You change that second number from a 0 to 1, and then you're able to add this in. And like that, it works. Now I just kind of got to figure out how to change out the rest of these B pillars, and then we should be set, and we'll be rolling like anything above an STX basically. Might have to buy a new one of these pieces because I messed that up pretty good. You can only kind of tell up close, but still it kind of looks trashy. The bottom of that part, the bottom of this piece, when I was sliding it in, got caught on there and kind of ripped it up a little. So I might have to order a new one of those. I think they make them in gloss black, so I might just order that so that it matches all this stuff. It'll match this, and then this will tie in better too. So I might just have to order those and just kind of get all that stuff switched out. All right, guys, and here is the final product of what it looks like. I definitely say it looks a lot better. It was definitely worth the wait to do the gloss black B-pillars instead of have those matte black ones. It looks so much better in my opinion. But just to kind of tell you guys what the other ones were like. So this one, I kind of showed you what you all had to do. This is essentially the same thing. It's just kind of peel all the weather stripping and stuff back. And on this one too, I did kind of accidentally snap this. It's like plastic underneath here with like a hard rubber material over the top. You bend it a little too far, it'll break. So it happened on this one. It didn't happen on the other side at all. So I might just order new of those, like window seal rubber plastics. I don't know what they're called, but I might just have to order new ones in gloss black so that way it all kind of ties together a little better. But still, overall, I think it looks really good like this. So yeah, that is what this side looks like with the keyless entry. And then on this side, we've got essentially the same thing, just minus the keyless entry. So it definitely looks a lot better. It all ties together a lot more too. Looks a lot better. I don't have great lighting in here at the moment, but as you can tell, it all just looks way better. And you know, just like I said, same concept on how to get these out. It's gonna be just kind of take the door panel off. You don't have to take it off like all the way. You have to take it off, but you don't have to unhook the latches or anything like that. I was able to just let it hang there and it worked just fine. And then pull this weather stripping back, the weather stripping right here, pull that back. Then you've got one screw like right back in here for that outside weather stripping piece. This piece right here to kind of pop off. And then you've got the 4 bolts up in here. Old one peels off, set the new one in, and then reassemble. So it's not too bad. In total, the whole thing took me about 2 hours. I'd say doing the 3 doors here took me 45 minutes, but it was just doing the forescan and all that stuff and figuring out how to do it in the first place. That probably took me an hour and 15 minutes or something because I had to re-find the forum on what it said to do and then figure out the forescan numbers and the code and all that stuff and get all that plugged in. But that is what we're looking like. I think it looks a lot better. The truck is fairly dirty, but I just kind of cleaned off the windows and the wrap on the back, so it all kind of tied in better because otherwise these were the only clean things on the truck. So right now the windows and all that stuff is fairly clean, but you can see all this stuff's dirty. Kind of hard to tell from far away, but when you get up close, you can really notice it. But that is what it looks like. So if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns or anything like that over what I just did, go ahead, drop it down in the comments below. Like I showed you guys, the keyless entry does work. I still have to figure out how to change the code on it because I'm not sure how to do that, but it does work. But if you guys have anything you want to add or tell me to this or tell me how to change the numbers or whatever, go ahead, drop it down in the comments below. But other than that, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.